Criminal Minds was with us for 15 years, and we definitely miss our favorite characters since it ended last year. Let's discover what they've been up to since the show's finale. Learn what Matthew Gray Gubler's passion is apart from acting. Find out which Criminal Minds cast member is now a part of the Walking Dead franchise. And get to know what makes Kirsten Vangsness a perfect business partner.
Let's keep this between us, if you don't mind.
Okay.
Matthew Gray Gubler. Technically, the role of Dr. Spencer Reid was his second ever acting gig, but the actor himself thinks it was sort of destined for him.
I feel like, for whatever reason, entertainment was sort of woven into my bloodstream, and from my earliest age, all I ever wanted to do was entertain people.
Fresh from drama school, Matthew was no stranger to the stage. Gubler shared that he acted in probably 6,000 films of his fellow students. Moreover, in the early 2000s, he was a fashion model, working for major luxury brands like Louis Vuitton. Matthew shared that modeling was something he knew very little about. It was like someone calling you and asking, "Hey, do you want to be an astronaut?" he recalled. It turned out that Gubler didn't like it much because you don't use your personality in modeling. Also, both acting and modeling seemed to be only side effects of Matthew's true passion: directing. Thankfully, he had a chance to use his skills during his time on Criminal Minds and directed 12 episodes of the show. He also directed 2 music videos for the band The Killers and a couple of short films. Altogether, along with his 15-year run with Criminal Minds, Gubler took part in more than 20 projects. Surprisingly, that includes lending his voice to Simon in Alvin and the Chipmunks movies and multiple animated films from DC Comics. But Spencer Reid is definitely the role he is most loved for. In many respects, Matthew Gray Gubler is as eccentric as the fast-talking genius. Or even more. He revealed that he resides in a haunted treehouse and described it as 1/2 Tim Burton, 1/4 J.R.R. Tolkien, and 1/4 Wes Anderson. There, he keeps all sorts of oddities. For example, his friend's extracted wisdom teeth and a screw that was in his knee for 7 months.
I've saved it for a long time. I'm gonna give it to a special girl someday.
Matthew's quirkiness also translates into his other passion, painting. And although everyone may not like his style, Gubler is an author of a best-selling children's book. However, his original intention was just to write a book he himself would enjoy. So, it's a book for the young at heart, whatever age the reader is. Being a workaholic, Matthew is not going to stop acting though. His most recent projects have been supporting roles in the series Dollface and the lead in the comedy film King Knight. And as for his future plans, Matthew revealed that he would love to do more comedy and basically explore everything new that he hasn't had free time to try yet. Now, let's talk about the actress whose character had such intriguing chemistry with Spencer, A.J. Cook. The actress started out in the late 1990s and got her big break in Sofia Coppola's movie The Virgin Suicides. She also amassed a bit of a following in the world of horror, appearing in films like Final Destination 2 and Wishmaster 3. But AJ herself feels like she grew up on Criminal Minds. The show gave her a chance to go on an amazing journey together with JJ. Cook admitted that she wanted to have more emotional scenes in the last episodes of Criminal Minds, which would allow her to express her real-life feelings and even do some crying. Now that the series has officially ended, fans want to know what AJ is up to. Cook's last credit was the indie drama Back Fork, directed by Josh Stewart, JJ's husband on Criminal Minds. But after finishing filming it, AJ decided that she wanted to take a break from work.
It's going to take some time to, move on to the next part of my life.
In one interview, she shared that she'd probably lose her phone and computer for a little bit and just go off the grid and hang with her family. And it seems like that is exactly what Cook did, because at the moment, she has no projects in the works. However, AJ is very active on Instagram, so we can still follow the events of her family life and their travels. Just recently, Cook and her husband celebrated their 20th wedding anniversary, and the eldest of their 2 sons is already a teenager. So, AJ has good reason not to rush back to the screen. But when she's ready, she'd be really excited to direct a movie. And it would be a drama story, just like those from Criminal Minds. Let's move on to the actress who also prefers to be behind the camera, in a different manner though. Paget Brewster. You might not remember this, but Paget broke into show business with a role on Friends. She played Kathy, Joey, and later Chandler's girlfriend in the 4th season of the show. She has also appeared on the sitcoms Community and Grandfathered. So it's safe to assume that the role of Emily Prentice was more of an exception than the rule for Brewster. But she was glad to return to Criminal Minds for its final season.
There is something here that doesn't exist elsewhere. It's very rare.
Currently, the actress is focusing on the animation industry. Paget's more recent gigs include voicing the main character in the animated show Bird Girl and numerous characters on American Dad. And since 2019, she has been the voice of Della Duck in DuckTales, which earned her a Daytime Emmy nomination for Outstanding Performer in an Animated Program.
It gives kids the opportunity to see that you don't always have to be right or perfect or a superhero.
And compared to live action, the advantage to voice acting is that she doesn't have to worry about getting her hair and makeup done. However, Paget is ready to return to on-screen when she finds a role that would be fun to play. Something like a crazy good witch from The Wizard of Oz. Ooh, we'd love to see her in the fantasy series. By the way, one of her Criminal Minds co-stars is part of such a project. Daniel Henney. Before joining the Criminal Minds cast, he wasn't quite a name in the industry. However, you might have spotted him in the movie X-Men Origins Wolverine and in guest roles in series like NCIS and Hawaii Five-0. Just like Paget Brewster, Daniel's also done his fair share of voice acting, working on the Big Hero 6 franchise. And now, he's made a big switch from investigative drama to epic fantasy. Henney is starring in the series The Wheel of Time, which is based on Robert Jordan's epic fantasy. The actor revealed that they have actually just begun filming the second season, even though the first season has just premiered. So for now, Daniel is quite busy. And so is Adam Rodriguez. He has been acting since the late 90s and has appeared in shows like CSI Miami, Jane the Virgin, and Empire. And when Criminal Minds came to a close, Adam didn't show any signs of slowing down. He appeared in the Penny Dreadful spin-off series City of Angels and also played a supporting character in the sitcom One Day at a Time. You can also see him in the new TV drama series Ordinary Joe. Now, let's find out what Aisha Tyler is doing now. In case you didn't know, she's an actress, a director, a TV show host, comedian, and a New York Times best-selling author. Originally, Aisha was only supposed to appear in 6 episodes of Criminal Minds, but she stayed and became a series regular for 4 seasons. She clearly liked the combination of hyper-intellectual and ballsy badass lady. Tyler revealed that, although she really likes acting, she also finds it exciting to be a director. So, ideally, she'd like to do both, like Clint Eastwood or Ben Affleck. Sometimes they act, sometimes they direct, and sometimes they do both. And it seems like Aisha has found the perfect project. She's been involved in the Walking Dead universe since she directed an episode of Fear the Walking Dead in Season 6. And she directed 2 episodes for the spin-off series, The Walking Dead World Beyond. Moreover, she's starring in Season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead in a recurring role. Apart from that, Tyler has been involved in 10 other projects during the past 2 years. The latest of them, titled Untitled Horror Movie, was filmed remotely because of the pandemic restrictions. Next, let's talk about the actor who was arguably the main attraction of Criminal Minds, especially in its early seasons. Shemar Moore. Although he left the show to take on a lead role in another TV drama, SWAT, Shemar never regretted his decade as Derek Morgan. In fact, the actor claims that he is lucky to have worked on shows where the cast became like family.
I've been in the game 26 years and had, Young and Restless family, Criminal Minds family, and now my new SWAT family. And the chemistry that you see on the screen is real. We don't have to fake it.
His list of acting credits mostly include action movies and series, but you soon will see or hear him in an upcoming comedy, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Shemar's character is undisclosed so far, so we don't know if it's a voice or live-action role. And finally, we are going to talk about none other than Derek's baby girl, Kirsten Vangsness. We all loved Garcia and Morgan's flirty interactions. The chemistry between the two was so real that many fans shipped the actors together. Although Shemar and Kirsten are just friends in real life, their on-screen exchanges were very much true and mostly improvised. It first started when Derek called Penelope baby girl, which wasn't actually scripted.
It was just like he did it one day, and then I jokingly was like, well, I can't call him that. So then I was just like, Angelfish, Chocolate Thunder.
Kirsten is an avid thespian with quite a lot of experience on stage. And she's a playwright herself. She has written a play called Mess, in which she also stars. She's now working on developing a play called Potential Space into a web series. They are very different projects from what she did on Criminal Minds, but Kirsten finds it fun to challenge herself. By the way, she also co-wrote the Criminal Minds finale with the showrunner Erica Messer. And after the show ended, Vangsness finally had enough time to work on her own animated short film called Curtains. Wow, she knows how to keep herself busy. And for the finale of this video, here's a fun fact for you. Besides writing and acting, Kirsten also co-owns the Blinking Owl Distillery in California. Her business partners lovingly call her Creative Muse and Wizard Owl, and say her creativity, quirkiness, and love for whiskey inspires them. And if you're eager to learn more about Criminal Minds and its cast, check out our other videos. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to stay awesome.